Start recording. Okay, good evening all. I think last class we covered installation of couple of applications. Okay, let me see you guys are able to see my screen. You guys are able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think we covered some basic commands. Then we started with sorry. We started with installation of compilers and GitHub and Visual Studio. Right. So I hope everyone has Visual Studio installed and corresponding GitHub is also installed for you guys. Right. So if you guys have your GitHub installed, I would request you to open your GitHub and select clone a repository and enter the URL which is here. So with this, what would happen is whatever my classes that I given that would be cloned into your PC. Okay, so you will have most of the code that I have into cloned into your PC itself. You don't need to go back and download on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So mine is already cloned, so I'm not. I can't clone again. If anyone want to share it, then they can share it. That would be good. Someone is.
What is the color? What is the color? Yellow color?
Think. Okay, I see everyone mute. Okay, you guys are able to clone this code. If you are, then see that you can open this code in Visual Studio. Just go to repository and select open in Visual Studio Code. Then you would be able to open the whole code in Visual Studio. I mean, whole Git repository in Visual Studio Code. Shakalya, you are able to open the code with the help of.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are able to see, right? Using Visual Studio, you are able to see whole of this.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
What
fine.
are the screen it is
Yeah,
here?
that's good.
I'm able to open that one.
Okay. Okay, I
But
think
CMake tools, extensions, those need to be installed or not required?
CMake tools, install it. Okay, I'll tell you. So just select here the apps and select C++. Okay, and if it is asking CMake tools is not required. Just select C++. CMake you would have
Yeah,
already
I've
installed, right?
installed.
It's already installed, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So
CMake tools. I'm asking CMake
CMake
is already there.
tools, that is
Tools.
not required, I think. CMake tools,
Okay.
maybe if it is asking, just install it. It's okay. It's not going to do anything.
Okay.
So what is required is C++ compilation library. Okay, I'll go through the link through which we can set up our debugger and all. I don't know how to hide this. Is there a way that I can hide this? Okay, well, keep it to this. Okay, so is the link? Okay, so in your PC, see if you guys can open this link. If you are on Visual Studio or Ubuntu or anything, this page provides how do you set up your Visual Studio code for C++. So once you complete this, we will be able to build a code and debug line by line. Okay, so I'll just share the link again. Okay, so we would have already installed Visual Studio. We can skip this section. Step one we can skip. So maybe you guys need to do this apt install GDB. Only GDB you might need to do. Okay, don't do anything beyond that. Apt install locally.
So in terminal, we need to.
In terminal, open this and execute this. Apt-get install
Okay.
GDB.
Okay, no need to that install that setup, right? And directly it will happen.
Sorry.
No need to install that GDB.
Okay, for others, for you might have installed others who are on WSL or Bonton and all, just install the GDB this
Okay,
time.
okay.
Okay, see, there is a different pages here. Okay, on the left, GCC for Windows, GCC who are using Windows subsystem for Linux. Okay, use these links accordingly based on what you have. If you are using using C++ and WSL in Visual Studio Code. So these are the steps for you guys. You might have installed a lot of items. Yeah. It's almost the same. There is no much difference. Okay. For those who are on VM, okay. Once you are done with this, right? See, now you would have cloned your code. Okay. You would have cloned your code. So I would okay. So you would have cloned your code in a particular folder. Okay, just select this and click open folder.
सर विजुअल स्टूडियो के लिए आपने जो लिंक कल शेयर की थी that is the only link, right?
Like
In
for
GitHub,
installation,
for installation,
for
below
its
GitHub, but these are like URL. So command
Okay,
is
okay,
not there, sir.
okay. See, what I'm
Or
trying to say is you would have
mm,
installed this GDB. Okay.
no, sir. I'm talking about Visual Studio.
Visual Studio इधर ही है ना? The Visual Studio is already installed in your PC.
Uh, it's okay.
For Windows, you are using Linux VM, right?
Uh-huh.
So you can just type, go here and select code. Just type code. You would see something like this. Select this and type code.
On terminal.
No, terminal like this one. Select this, show application and type here.
So your screen is not visible. Like
So
it's
okay, okay. On top, are you seeing a search on top?
huh.
Uh,
Wait a minute, sir.
Type to search. The moment you select show application, you should be able to see type to search.
Okay. Hmm.
There you can type
Code.
code. Now you will be able to open Visual Studio Code.
It's searching.
If you can share your screen if you want, we'll just.
Yes, yes.
So is your GitHub setup?
Yes, sir. It is showing the message you can't share start screen share while the other participant is sharing.
I just stopped my sharing. You can start, I think.
Hmm. No result.
Which means it is not installed in your PC. Type GitHub.
Okay.
Git,
Yeah, it's there.
GitHub. So code is not installed in your PC. You would have downloaded it, right? Go to your downloads folder. Left my downloads folder. So GitHub hello world. Okay, you might haven't you haven't downloaded the code, Visual Studio Code. Can you open the URL that I've given you?
Yeah, this one, no? Linux.
Yeah. So you can select the first one, first HTTP or that URL you can select. This is 64-bit, right?
Uh-huh. This commands, no?
Yeah. You just see now. You see deb package 64 come down.
Hmm.
You see a deb package 64 which is in blue head. उसके ऊपर. First you need to download something. Then you need to run the command. Just scroll up.
This one.
Then correct down. Just click it.
Simply select.
Just
Okay.
click it. It will download. It will download into your downloads folder.
Okay.
So then once it gets downloaded, you just need to go to your download folder and run this command sudo apt install that followed by this file name.
This one, no?
Apt install no not uska nahi first line whatever it's showing na that one that you run that's enough apt install apt no uske upar in the
Acha,
triangle you are seeing
Okay. Sorry.
okay that one you just need to run that then your code will be installed.
Okay.
So that you just need to replace that file name .deb. So I think it's select this, select the code,
This
right click,
is
right click, उसके ऊपर right click करो.
extra.
The other one. Yeah, open with other applications. Open with other applications. Softstall installer. I think this you can try this software installer. Select. think it should.
Selected.
Okay, you can just open the terminal and install it. Just open a terminal. Just type term.
It is opened here. Like, hmm.
Can you shell terminal? Just log in as root
Hmm.
sudo something.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just go to downloads folder. I think it should be in downloads folder. cd dot dot space dot dot cd space dot cd space ls. Just type ls whether that file is there or not. See, okay, GitHub desktop is there. Where did that file get downloaded? Just go to
Downloads.
downloads. Just go to
Hmm.
download. See, no, cd only downloads, not root.
Okay, means I need
Capital
to
D.
open again.
No. Just remove slash. Don't type slash. Just download. cd space downloads. That's all. Tab.
Hmm.
Now do ls. See, now you are seeing it. Now you just do apt install. Apt install.
That command only,
Yeah.
which I copied.
Yeah. So
Which
you
I copied,
can
no?
apt
Hmm.
install tab. Just type tab. Apt install. No, you don't need to copy. Apt install code or something. Apt
Code.
install. Tab. Just type tab. It will not come. Enter.
Unable to locate package.
So ARM64 is downloaded. Just go back. Yours is 60 ARM machine, AMD, yeah. Just go back to the link URL
Uh,
website. Just go back to Firefox.
yeah, that time. Okay. Hmm. 64-bit.
64-bit. Easiest way to install on Debian based is to download this and do it. Hold on, you will need to run this instead. Oh. No, go back. Go. What error it showed? Show me the error that it showed. Maybe the file name was wrong.
Actually, dot and slash will be there, I think.
No, just followed by file name. That's all. Code unable to locate. Okay, dot you might need to put. Okay, apt install dot.
Uh-huh.
Okay, dot slash forward. Hit up. Oops.
Dot slash.
Yeah.
Slash also.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Sorry guys, I think we already take a lot of time. See, if any of them are not installed, ping me 10 or 20 minutes earlier. So we'll close most of your problems. We don't want to take the class times for this. Okay. Now you can just open your GitHub. GitHub open karke you can open a link that I shared. This meeting is ending already.
It's there, sir. Visual Studio वाला.
No, you just go to the. Can you open GitHub? Left on the left, you see GitHub, right?
हाँ.
GitHub desktop, not this one website. GitHub desktop. On the left,
Okay.
left, down. You are seeing GitHub, that this icon, GitHub desktop. You saw, right? That one. Okay, here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. You can just sign into github.com. You can create your own account. On top, you can see file.
हाँ.
File. You can select clone a repository.
Okay, I'll do that.
Just try now. We'll close it so that you will not have this.
It is signing.
Okay, just it will be better you guys create your own website. Your own GitHub, and you have your own repository. Like how I have my repository, it would be better you guys have your own repository. So that whenever you want to open source something, or in your interviews, you can, or in your resume, you can mention this is my GitHub link. This is the examples that I have done, so that your interviewer, before interviewing you, he will see all this code of yours, and he would come to know you know all these things. Okay, so that's a better way than, because most of your interview will be just for 1 hour. By the time you introduce yourself and he asks some questions, 30 minutes is gone. So if he has seen this, then it means that he knows he knows what work what you have done. So he would not ask these questions, or he would go through something which you've already done. Okay, you can stop sharing. Let me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First thing, okay. So what we'll do is we'll open a folder and try to set up a build for and try to set up debuggers, everything for it. So we'll select open folder. So wherever the code is cloned, right, you would see something like GitHub or CBP tutorials. Maybe it's better you select this primitive data types or hello class. Any repository you can select and open. I think this hello class is just for just a small hello world it will have. So here you can select, once you launch this, right, you can just select the GCC compiler for this. Okay, so it will do some dummy compiling. And here select run C++ file. Okay, and in this you select G++, the second option. If you see G++ build debug active. Okay, so this will, what it will do is it will select your G++ compiler on a latest version. You see, you will see a lot of, you might see a lot of lines. When you select G++11, the maximum version of C++ that will be available will be 11. So any features from 13, 14 and all, 13, 17 and 20 will not be available. And GCC means it's a C and C++ compiler, which will allow you to compile both C and CPP files. But for us, we'll just stick to C++. So we'll just use G++. Okay. So the moment you do it, right, I think you would get some message like this, and you can put some debugging statements. And okay, and you can just select run. You can just select debug point anywhere in your code and hit
So,
start. Yeah, yes, please.
I'm getting one pop-up like the pre-launch task C++ GCC build active file. terminated with exit code 1. Like that.
Okay, I'll say this. So the moment you select this, you can neglect those errors. Are you selecting something like this here as run C++?
Okay. Debug anyway I'll do, or so else
See, you
the
just
option is
do it
only
as a run. You select it. You select it as run C++ or
no, in
debug
that
C++.
pop-up.
Which pop-up? This one or this one?
Oh, wait, I'll show. I can share my screen.
Yes.
Wait. You cannot share the screen. Okay. Which is it? Structure.
It's
Is
okay,
it
man.
visible?
Debug about why you want to keep it about.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. About whatever.
Is it visible, right?
Yes, it is visible. Select about.
About, okay.
Yeah, just open Visual Studio Code.
Which one? This run one, right?
So, you're not sharing your Visual Studio Code. You are sharing your
Visual
terminal.
Studio Code. No. Visual Studio Code only.
Can you reshare? Because I am seeing your terminal.
Right. Now,
Yeah. I think all of you are also seeing the shell on, right? See, you just select abort and just select whatever that I shown. It should start launching.
okay. The terminal output. What the console? Yeah. Okay.
Now you're able to see, right? So run, and you can select breakpoints anywhere and say run debugging, start debugging, or run or start.
Run method.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm already running for. And you would see this step over function continue and all.
So it is saying the terminal will reused by task.
It's
Press
okay.
any
It's
key to
okay.
close it.
Yeah, just close it. Just you can hit it and run. That's all. It is something like Sakala, you might need to what should I say? Explore it again and again. That's all. You just need to close it and start it again.
Okay.
So you would see the output of hello world here. Okay. You can select any debug points if you want.
The same error it is. Okay.
Like what see you
The
can hit.
terminal will be reused by task.
It's okay. It's not an error. Are you able to see something like this? Okay, you guys can hear me now, right?
Yes, sir.
Any of you still have issues with that? Because I don't want it to be dragged too much. It's consuming too much of time for us. I think you guys are able to build, right? Hello world or something you are able to get.
No, I'm not able to get that one. I'll try. Let's see.
You guys can hear me?
Yes, sir,
Yes.
you are audible.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So am I audible? Am I
Okay.
audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Tell me, man.
Yeah. So that is, I'm not able to get this hello world.
Can you show me your screen?
Yeah.
See, you just follow that link, whatever that I've shared. It's everything in that link. Just share quickly. Close it. Shakali, are you sharing?
Yeah. It's closed. No. Yes, sir. I'm sharing. So is this? So is it visible?
No, yeah. It's just a black screen we got.
Okay. Now,
No, man. It's just seeing a black screen.
now also.
No, also just seeing the black screen.
Stop it. Thank you. Now is it fine?
No, man. We're just seeing black screen. I don't think. Shakali, maybe I'll continue with the rest of the class.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because see,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
just follow the steps that is there. It is a small, it is an error which you can stop and
Okay.
do it on the end. Okay, it's not a
Okay. I'll try. Yeah.
okay. Okay. First thing I would like to throw. Okay. So, okay, what is C and what is C++? Okay. When when people will use C and when people would like to use C++. These are some of the common questions or common things that people will ask us. And what is C? C is it's a very primitive language that has been given to us, and it has a lot of capability to develop anything. And if you see on rating, right, which is the best programming language to do to achieve highest speed, if you want to write a program which you would like to use to with which you want to operate something at a very highest speed, then people will always say C. Okay, C is a very primitive language which has with which you can attain high speed, and you can develop application which can run at very highest speed. Whereas C++ is a very modular language, and the main intention of people moving to C++ is it is portable. The main thing is portable. The moment you start writing code in C, you would see it is very minimum. Like you cannot create directories, you cannot create threads or all those things. So if you want to do anything with respect to create directories or creating threads and all, like things like semaphores, mutexes, you would need to call POSIX calls. Okay, POSIX calls, or if you are running developing it on Linux. Similarly, if you are developing things on Windows, you would need to call Windows threads or Windows APIs. Like see, these all these are so you would see if you are writing a code on Windows, right? You would see that windows.h, then my thread function, pthread, hthread. You would use a lot of functions which are specific to Windows. Similarly, if you are writing code on a Linux machine, see here you have create thread. This is for Windows. Similarly, pthread create. This is for Linux. So any OS which supports this, which has libpthread, lthread, or POSIX library support, there you can call this function pthread create. Similarly, in RTOS, right, you would have seen something like create task. Okay, create task RTOS. So all these are OS specific calls. None of them are like what should I say, a common program. None of them are provided by C compilers. Okay, so even for creating files, you might need to use different calls like pthread create. I mean, create and make directories and a lot of calls which are specific to OS you might need to call. So that is something which C++ helps you avoid. Like if you see the CPP reference document, this is a website which will show you, which will has a complete list of what C++ is capable of. Like it helps us create code which are with respect to threads. Let's see concurrency. If you see concurrency, you are allowed to create threads, atomic variables, mutual exclusions. All these things are provided by C++ itself. So the moment you write a code in C++, it is immediately portable. You can just take this code. Let me see. Okay. So you can just take this code, Chronos, IO map, all these are part of C++. You can just take this code and you can just change your compiler. As of now, we are compiling with G++ library with which we compile this for Linux. Now we can take the same file and compile for Windows. So Windows also provide their own Win32 compilers, which will have capability to compile all this code. So that they can now the same code can be compiled for Windows and you can deploy it on Windows machines. So a lot of modularities and object-oriented programming and STLs, name templates, or high-level programming capabilities are given by C++. So if you want to do something like that, that is when you would prefer to use C++. And also, if you see modern projects like OpenBMC, right? So what is OpenBMC is? OpenBMC is a framework which is used to develop servers. Okay, you would have something like OpenBMC, uh, and you would have something like Open Embedded and all. So I'll just talk about OpenBMC. OpenBMC is a combination of a lot of applications, version Python. Here they have given we would like to develop application using C++, not with C. And what is the version that you would like to use? They would always say modern C++, like the latest versions and all. So you would get a lot of rules that are given from here, like what versions of C++ you should use, what is the way you should write code and all. So and even projects like Open Embedded Programming. Not able to find the exact README document, but everyone, right, will suggest you to write programs in C++ so that the code that you write are immediately portable and you don't find a lot of issues or bugs. Okay, most of the code is already there, you just reduce and reuse. So that features are provided by that. So that's why people use C++. Okay, so let me introduce what a simple main uh, program is about. Okay, so most of you would know, but I would like to introduce this with a namespace. So most of you know this is IO stream. This will help us uh, give the basic input output related libraries like std out, cin if you want to do. Then you can use you need to include IO stream, so that if your application does anything with respect to printing onto console or taking an input from console, we just need to include IO stream libraries. Okay, so next one is namespace. What does namespace is? Namespace represent what are the submodules which this application is going to use. So it's like there is a lot of libraries which are written on std. So you would like to use anything with respect to anything which are part of std, right? You can directly include using namespace and use them. And that's one thing. And it's always recommended to put namespace as a local than global. So never put a namespace as global. Why not to put namespace as global is, so assume that there is a assume this is a library by name std which is giving you a function by name cout. Okay, similarly someone else can also develop one more library by name std2, and it also can have cout. Okay, now which one to use? You will get a conflict during compiling time and you don't know which one will get executed. To avoid all such issues, right, uh, we would not recommend putting namespace as a global. Better use something like this always. Okay, or declare it locally if you don't see any other libraries which are using the which provides a similar functionality with respect to this. Okay, so for any questions on this one, why namespace is recommended to put as local?
No, sir. Sir, this is syntax, na? std double colon
Ah,
cout. This
correct syntax.
to print we use cout, right?
Agreed. See, to print in onto console we use cout,
Huh.
and
And
similarly
std is
std is standard library, standard namespace that is given from C++ itself. C++
Okay.
has itself built and given us std namespace. It will have a lot of items. Is it there here?
Okay, at the time of using cout, we need to use that, right?
Agree. Not just C
Okay,
out,
sir.
STDK under there are a lot of things. Okay,
Okay.
standard libraries with this. See, the mutex and all are given from they are part of standard distributions. Okay, so if you want to make use of them, then you declare the namespace into your code and start using them.
Okay, okay, understood, sir.
That's why we use them. In your code, if you are not using anything with respect to C out or C in, that's when you don't need to use it. But if you want to use, then use it. That's one. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Next,
Hello.
yes, yes, please.
Sir, as you said, using namespace STD, we should not declare as a global because anyone can access.
It's not
Uh,
about accessing. Okay.
mhm.
Why? Because okay. Maybe in your college you would have read something with respect to namespace.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Using namespace
correct.
STD.
Namespace के अंदर you declare a variable,
Mhm.
int variable.
And
Okay. Now assume इसका नाम is something. Okay. Now someone else also declared a namespace by name something to. Okay. Now he also declared variable by name variable. So this is absolutely valid in C++. You can have two namespaces. Namespace के अंदर they can have their own variables and they can do whatever you want. They can make it here it can be character, here it can be int. Okay. Now the problem arises when you do this using namespace something to and something. Now when you say now with this the variable is already declared, right? Now you do variable is equal to 1. Now you tell me which variable is going to be set. See,
variable one, or
it is showing
the
1 in
compiler
confused.
compiler get confused.
Yeah. So variable is ambiguous. ये बोल रहा है ambiguous मतलब आई एम कंफ्यूज्ड इसका यूज करना है या इसका यूज करना
Mm.
है you got right. So
No.
that's the reason
Yes.
never declare this as global. Okay, so assume I have a function. Okay, now I have a function here. Okay, inside this I want to use this variable. Okay, it and I am sure I want to use variable of type something to only. तब क्या करेंगे? Variable is equal to something to के अंदर क्या है? What type it is? It is character. See, now you are not seeing any problem. Now in the same function, I'll make as one. See, there's nothing like something one, right? अभी देखो, now both are different variables, correct? Both are different
Yes.
variables. So now both are up. You are making changes here, it will apply here. Now you are making changes here, it will apply here. So to avoid such problems, what we do, we will not declare this as global. Okay, but inside a function, even if you want to declare, you declare and use it, provided you are not using again, जो आप whatever you have done here, right? You can't do the same thing here and end up the same problem, correct?
Hmm.
You can end up with the same problem. But if you are sure that inside this function I am only going to use something to nothing from something one, okay, then you can declare something like this. I hope I'm able to explain why we don't declare this as global.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
see, so
Right.
I'm assuming you guys know a bit of C++ and bit of C. So I don't want to teach you each and everything. Okay, like end line, new line. So I'm teaching you something which will help you answer your interview questions and also make you solve problems in your own office. Like, okay, so I think this you wouldn't have found outside, whatever the what that I've explained. So this is one. So next one is
Yes.
this. So in C, okay, the return type of main would be uh, I think it should be void, right? It is allowed to have void return type. Okay, whereas in C++ it has to be int or something else. And one more is in C you can call main again and again, right? In C++ you cannot. Okay, so what I mean to say is I have a function. Okay, at some point of times I say I want to start again. I'll call. So okay, this is absolutely valid in C. Okay, so if you are compiling this using C, right, this would definitely work. But the moment you move to a C++ compiler, right, this is not allowed and you're not supposed to do it. So which means main function can be called only once. Okay, you're not allowed to call it again and again. This is one more restriction in C++.
Okay.
Okay,
One static. Okay.
this is one. And one more is the last one is return type. You guys know most of it, just will return 0. Okay. Apart from this, right? See, you now I have declared one function by name, another function which has a return type as 0. Okay. Now, by any chance, if I have not written this right, I'll try to compile it. Let's see what happens. It is it's, let's see it. So forward declaration. Okay. Now you see, this is my terminal. Okay. So what like a build. So here he gave us one warning saying that no return statement in the function. Okay. But it's just a warning, it got compiled. But you can set up rules like no return type and all in your compiler options. Then all these errors is visible. Okay, will be treated as serious errors. All these warnings will be treated as serious warnings. So it is always recommended to write a function which returns a zero, or if it's not returning, make it declare it as void. So what happens is, like, if you don't declare it as I mean, if you don't declare it, write a return zero. Now, based on compiler, like if you have written a code, if you are compiling a code with C++ 11 to 14, right, that will absolutely work. But by any chance you are compiling the same code with C++ 20, 23 and above, right, your code will crash. Okay, your application will run and some point it will crash. Okay, if you don't if your program control doesn't return zero. Okay, and you are compiling with C++ 20 or 23, it will crash, and it is very difficult to debug it. So the best way is make sure you have written all return types, or else you enable some of the compiling flags which will show you all the warnings, and you look after each and every warnings. Okay, this is the one. So this is about a small introduction about just a hello a world class. Okay, so next what would I do is, so if so far no questions right on this. Okay,
No.
okay, so first program is done. It is just introduction. I didn't want to introduce you much on that. Most of you know to compile it. So next one would be the second one in the class chapter underscore T. So primitive data types. Okay, so I think the same way whatever I explained you, right, you can open this folder. Okay, so you can set up the same build again. So I will show you again. Go to file, you would have an option to close folder uh, and see nothing is open. You would see this project. Now, then you can select open folder, and you can select the place where your code is. Chapter 1 primitive data types, and you can select open. Okay, and you guys can hit this run button. I think for me I have already opened it, so my debug build is set up. For you guys, see that you are able to compile and build this part and run this. I hope everyone is able to open this, right? Okay. I assume it has an S. Okay. Okay. So next one is primitive data types. Primitive data types means what are the data types which are available. Okay. In C++. Okay. So and what do they do and why and which one we use for? Okay. So first one would be bool. Okay. In C++, you would get a bool which is a logical bool which can take values like true and false. Okay, this we would use for any logical storing any logical results like like absolute results, true or false, we would use this. Okay. And whereas in C, what you would do is you would have something like bool, something wrapped like bool, which is nothing but a type def of u int 8. Okay. And if it is 0, then something. If it is equal to 1, then something else, if I'm not wrong. Correct. Most of you know C, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes,
if
sir.
you have, so in
Yes.
so in C you would do this, like it can have a greater than 0 means it's true, or if it is equal to 0 then it's false, something like this you would have. Whereas here it is true and false, absolute true and false. You cannot assign one or two into a data type of type bool. Like I declare variable equal to, I can assign true. Okay. Now I cannot assign one here. So this is, I think you would get warnings for this. This is not allowed. Let's see what is still allowing. For us, what we want to know is what is the size of each one, why and how it impacts us. Okay. So the size of bool or char, it would generally be 1. Okay. Now size of short, okay, will be 2, and what you can store in it, that matters for us. So in this code, what I'm trying to say is what are the different data types and what are the actual sizes of it. Okay. So the size of bool is
So,
1.
but the error has not come, right?
That one bool, right?
Did-
I agree that error has not come for bool is equal to 1. Maybe the compiler warnings I haven't enabled. That depends on warnings flags that we need to enable.
Okay.
Warnings flags, if I enable, then we will get. So somewhere here, config.js. So here, right, minus, so you need to add all those warning flags, like illegal data type assignment. So the moment you enable them, then you would see all those warnings that have been recognized by your build. Okay, we'll go through that warnings, like how to identify warnings and all of it. We'll go through a G++ and it's each and every arguments, what it does, how to enable warnings, everything we'll go through it. Okay. So then another
Means
one is
that task.json that will be uh, showing that warning or what? Means
in the task JSON, you can put flags which will help you enable and identify all the compile type warnings.
okay.
There are flags -o, -w return type, all all those you can set up. From that, what kind of warnings you want to enable, you see. Uh, any of you use static analyzers, something like that?
Helix tools again.
So static analyzer or covariety, they would detect all those warnings in your code. Okay. So next one is short and shortened. What a short or shortened is, there is no difference now, but this will vary. I mean, this will always remain same. It would be 2 or 2 itself. Okay, even, but anyone using 32-bit machine? And Sakala, you are using your 32-bit machine, right?
No, before it was 32, right? Means 64. I updated, right? So that's it.
Okay, you are using your office PC.
No. My PC only. So I updated that one. So
Okay,
that's it. I told no the two OSs I have
okay,
installed. So that's why
okay.
I
So
converted the 32 to 64.
okay, fine. Okay. See, why I wanted to differentiate is, see, if you run the same code on a 32-bit machine, the size of
Okay.
uh, uh, each and everything will vary. That we can see.
Mhm.
So you would see the size of character is 1 in 32-bit and 64-bit.
Mhm.
This remains same. Now you see long.
Mhm.
Okay, it is 4 here and it is 8. Okay, so the best and long is also same. Now you would see
Mhm.
other variants uh, which will also get into those programs, like unsigned. I mean, if the long was 4, then unsigned long would also be 4 in 32, and it would be 8 in 64-bit machine. So whenever you are porting code from C to C++, also make sure what was the previous machines size, like whether it was 32-bit machine. Now are we going to build or move this application into 32-bit? Now one more,
Why it is this differentiate? So, I mean, sir, any reason behind that, or
it's given from C++. Okay, long is generally used to store results, right? What should I say? It would long may what you can store, like floating we can store, right, in long float variables and all, if I'm not wrong. Or it is used to store uh, longer digits, bigger digits. So bigger results of arithmetic operation. So to enable us to store all those things, we move to 64-bit architecture and all. That's it. And similarly,
yeah,
floats.
that is yes.
Yeah. So if you see size of char in
And C also 32-bit
C,
also we're not able to install so many things.
I mean it's okay. Sorry guys. Okay.
It is only giving 40 minutes, or
Yeah,
it can be extended. Only 40 minutes it is giving Zoom.
you guys can hear me now, right? Okay. So there are many web pages where you can find what is the size of data types in one OS versus other. So how it is in Linux and Unix. Linux and Unix, since they are copy paste, it will remain same 32-bit. And what is it is in 64-bit Linux application, it is same. Now, when you move to Windows 64, it's different. It is quite, it is also same, but you would find data types like Word, dword, handle, and H file and all. So all these are Windows specific, okay, data types. Okay, so let's not get into the world of Windows. That itself is completely different. Okay, so why I wanted you guys to show is, so there is a significant difference when you execute the same code in 32 and 64, and when you do porting, right, uh, things related to date and time or timers, when you're storing data with respect to timers or for loops can indexes, okay, it can go beyond certain extent. So the number of iterations which we were doing in 32-bit machines were less compared to 64-bit machines, because the for loop can take a larger value if you have put a long in the as a indexer. So any
Sir,
questions
one
on this
thing, sir,
so far?
yeah, for this end line
I'll go to
is
one,
required for every line, sir. So in C++.
wait 1 minute.
Means in C. Am I audible?
You guys can hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
You are not so much audible for me.
Now, is it fine? Now is it fine, sir?
Okay.
Sir, am I audible now?
Okay, I think you are talking, but I'm still not able to hear. Maybe my audio. I'll just connect back.
Okay.